What's going on, y'all? It is May 3rd, Wednesday. Good afternoon. Good morning. If you just now tuning in, it's your boy Leaveittobeav, and these are the breaks.
These
are the breaks.
You know what it is.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Leaveittobeav. It's Wednesday, and these are the breaks. You already know how it goes. I'm going to talk my shit in a retrospective of how things are going on. So let's take it away. Break it or leave it. I got to start with my fellow light skin, Dylan Brooks. Oh my God, can we get it going? But Dylan Brooks is in the news. Why? Because he's going to Shanghai. That's why. He is no longer going to be a member of the Memphis Grizzlies anymore, for the simple fact that he didn't make the cut. But I look at it like this. Dylan Brooks is necessary to fall, man. In all his interviews, you hear him say, I. You know there's no I in team. So he's going to be the I can fail at all times. And it's sad to say that Dylan Brooks has to be the fall man, but when you go around poking bears, i.e. LeBron, that's all she wrote for you. Because I know Memphis probably think like, hey, we had this in the bag. But you said, hey, I'll poke bears. But Dylan, before you go, I just want to touch on something real quick. You say you don't respect anybody, right? Until they drop 40 on you. Let's go down the list of Lakers that you got to respect. Austin Reeves, D'Lo, Vanderbilt. For God's sakes, Tristan Thompson, he ain't even did shit yet. You have to respect Malik Beasley. Lonnie Walker don't even get playing time. You got to respect that man because the Lakers as a whole put 40 on your top. And you know what that does? That gets you right on out the door and get you a one-way ticket to Bangkok, all right? Next thing we got, break it or leave it. Howie, GM of the year. I look at it like this. Howie's just a magician when it comes to it. Word on the street is GMs is kind of hating that Howie is doing what he do. But, hey, if you don't got a Howie, baby, I don't know what to tell you. I just think that Howie is just good at his craft. And me personally, I'm not one to brag on my Eagles, but goddamn it, Howie, every time you do it, I'm going to keep saying this. You're getting me hot and bothered, all right? Break it or leave it. I got to go run down the second round. Quick hits. I got Knicks and 6. Actually, no, switch that. I apologize. I got the Heat, and I'm calling the Heat the Possums because the Heat has been bamboozling people, hoodwinking people. Oh my, I'm so flabbergasted on how they're playing, but I believe in Jimmy Buckets, and I got Heat in 6. 76ers. Oh man, I'm gonna jump out. I'm gonna talk about James Harden in a minute because I think the Houston version is back. I don't know if they opened some strip clubs or had the Houston strippers bust themselves to the 76ers hotel facility, but James Harden is back, baby. Warriors in 7. Laker fans, I'll give it to you. I will actually, take my hat off to you guys tonight. In regards to not tonight, last night, or what they did. You did a hell of a thing. Anthony O'Neal Davis. I'll say it one more time. Anthony O'Neal Davis. Oh, man. Double-double machine. The Warriors actually are not too bad, but I feel like the Warriors messed up in one aspect, and that aspect is going to be Wiseman. They shipped the young kid too early. I think he would have been a pivotal player in this series, but they shipped him. So now you have Looney down there working as hard as he can. Looney Rodman, but he's doing his thing. But I have Warriors in 7. It was kind of tired last night in regards to, playing that 7-game series with the Kings, right? Shutting down that beam. I have Nuggets in 6. It might be in 4 or 5, honestly. Nuggets. We thought that was a one-trick pony, but Murray's looking good. Joker is doing what he does, laughing and moving at 1 mile per hour down the court. But he's doing what he needs to do to make things work. And if that's the case, then Nuggets is going to be on their way. All right, let's go with the breakaway. Embiid, MVP. Embiid is walking away with the MVP. As promised, he didn't get the previous year, but it's okay. He got this year. Adam Silver did the right thing. If he didn't give it to him, probably would have threw a riot in regards to it. Next thing I'm looking at, Chris Paul injury. Chris Paul is going to be out with a groin injury. Now, looking at Chris Paul history of injury, and this is coming from a fellow Clipper fan, right? The series where the Clippers were actually had a run, Chris Paul hurt his hamstring. When Chris Paul gets hurt, you already know how that goes. So Chris Paul, they saying about game 3, 4, or 5, they're not too sure, but I kind of feel for Chris Paul. It's something about that second round and Chris Paul growing a hamstring gots to go. I don't know what voodoo doll someone has or if someone's poking at him, but it's something about that second round and something happens to Chris Paul. It's not too hot. And I said this before, my guy, James Harden is back. I want this camera on me right here. Houston, James Harden is back. He's back. He's back. He's back, baby. I don't know if they bust down the strippers from Houston. I don't know if they moved the whole Onyx Club to Philly. Whatever they're doing down there in Philly, you keep making James happy. Because James dropped 40 on their top. 40 plus on their top. And he looked at Boston and he told them, job's not finished, all right? If Embiid is out, I expect James Harden to go off. But Boston, what we need to work on, stop doing drop coverages. Like, you're not respecting this man. You think he can't go off the hinges like he did? Like, come on, he was a six-man coming with OKC. He went to Houston. He showed you we can do in Houston, and you're not going to respect him? You thought, oh, because Embiid is out, we can do what we normally do? Nah, fuck that. You need to get on him at all times. Because if not, James Harden's going to make you pay. But I do want to say something to one person on the team. PJ Tucker. My God, I've never seen somebody do 37 minutes of pure cardio with not one fucking stat. Not one stat. I think Stat Pat would be mad at you if he had to report about a stat about you, just all zeros. And then you had the nerve to sit on the bench and cuss out one of your teammates that's actually doing better than you. PJ, I love your shoes. I respect your shoe game. But goddamn it, PJ, do something. Just do something. You're doing a whole bunch of cardio. I think in a minute when you retire, you should open up an aerobics class or something like that. My God. All right, so let's jump into our games of the week. Tonight, 76ers and Boston Celtics. I have the 76ers in a close one if James Harden can go off. But honestly, though, I'm kind of back and forth a little bit. I think Tatum and the boys is going to get it right on track in regards to that. Then I'm going to look ahead to Thursday, and that's what Game 2 of the Lakers and Golden State Warriors. I also think that the Nuggets and Suns is on that slate too. But I'm really just focusing on the Lakers because we got to see an adjustment when it comes to Curry. Curry wasn't Curry. He wasn't cooking. He wasn't the chef that he should be. But Poole was. Poole had a pool party last night, but I need the pool party. And also, too, I need the double agent, the op himself, Draymond Green, to do better. Because I feel like you on that clutch payroll, and when LeBron's in town, all of a sudden you don't know how to act, right? You turn to the cheerleader of the year, and I don't like that. So I have the Lakers. Actually, no, I have the Golden State Warriors winning Thursday, and then I have the Celtics winning tonight in regards to that. And just looking at a few different series too, just throwing them out there. Knicks and Heat, I know that series tied at 1-1. Last night, the Knicks took care of business. But I feel like going to Miami is something in that Miami water and weather. The Heat is going to do their thing. And somebody that I thought passed away on the Heat roster, Duncan. Duncan is going crazy. I don't know. They was talking about shipping them to Shanghai too, or Indonesia or whatever, but he came alive and he's a valuable piece when it comes to the Miami Heat. But I will say this, though. Them Possums down there in Miami, y'all keep doing y'all thing and make the life a living hell for the Knicks, the Knickerbockers, all right? And lastly, the Suns. Oh, my. KD, I need you to wake the fuck up. I'm sorry for this profanity, but I need KD to wake the fuck up. KD, I know that you're the type of player that, you know, you don't like to get talked about on social media, but let me put a little spice in your tank. You stink. You are being a bum. You are being a shell of yourself. I don't even view you as a Slim Reaper. I just view you as an innocent bystander that's on the court when Devin Booker has the ball. So, Katie, I need you to get it together. I need you to be the person I know you could be, right? And take this series over. God, take the weight off of another light-skinned Devin Booker. And Ayton, you're getting dominated down there. Jokic is having whatever he wants to do with you, and you need to get it in check, Ayton. This is not it. He's doing whatever he wants to you, and in a minute, we're just going to have to put you in conjunction with Dylan Brooks and get you on a first-class ticket to Bangkok, all right? Hey, we got to go pay these bills. When we come back, we'll jump into our next segments. Hey, just remember, stay tight. This your boy, Leaveittobeav, and these are the breaks.
United One Protection Services. With over 30 years of experience, United One Protection Services has more expertise and knowledge than the other security companies combined. Residential, commercial, municipal, or institutional, United One Protection Services does more than just security. We protect your livelihood. United One Protection Services.
Profanity Nation. A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss. Raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool. Good.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Powered by Jesse Brown of Keller Williams.
Welcome back. It's your boy, Leaveittobeav, and you already know what you're locked into. These are the breaks. Let's jump into breaking the rules. Breaking the rules. Marcus Smart. You think you slick. You think we didn't catch it. Marcus Smart closing out James Harden on a 3-point shot in regards to the 76ers and Boston series. And he kind of slid his foot under James Harden. You know, thank God James Harden wasn't hurt. But Marcus Smart, I think it was fraud when you won Defensive Player of the Year. I thought it was fraud. I just call you the flop master, the flopster, the flominator. But Marcus Smart, you're not slick. That's actually was a bad play. I know the NBA has been calling about those type of things. I actually put a rule into effect because when it happened to Kawhi, our RIP to Kawhi knee. But Marcus Smart, do better, man. I know you probably closed down in your mind, but overall, that wasn't a smart play. You could have severely hurted James Harden. And the referees, you've been calling every other goddamn thing. So I think you should have called that play as well in regards to what's going on. Over this past weekend, we had the NFL draft. We had a few top picks going into a few different places. And I want to give a big shout out before I slander one of the LA teams. The Seattle Seahawks. Excuse me. The Seattle Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks had a quiet, masterful draft. All right. The Seahawks actually picked up another receiver to go with DK and Lockett. I think that tangible is going to help Geno. And then quietly built the defense up as well, so they can necessarily have the Legion of Boom 2.0. And I just think that's a masterful class. And they also signed my favorite running back from UCLA, Cabinet. That boy is going to be a stud. They already have Kenneth Walker. And if Kenneth Walker's coming back for injury, now they can kind of split that workhorse load between those two. I really like the Seahawks making some noise when it comes to it. Another team I want to shout out for just doing buffoonery, the Arizona Cardinals. I don't know what the fuck y'all did in the draft. Hopkins, you need to get out of there as fast as you can, because Arizona don't know what they're doing. I think they literally just look at the list and said, this person looks good, let's go ahead and take them, and close our eyes and hope for the best. Arizona's going to be trashy for some time to come, and it is what it is. But the the big break in the rule that I wanted to get to, Brandon Staley, the GM for the Chargers. This is the pure hater. This is the hater of the year, y'all. He is, I know for a fact, he is salty of how Howie has basically turned the Philadelphia Eagles to the Philadelphia Bulldogs in regards to them drafting so many people from Georgia and things like that. The Chargers GM drafted the quarterback from TCU, and then before that, they drafted the wide receiver from TCU. Again, great players, not knocking the players, but he had a comment that said, TCU is a top competitor when it comes to college football. Brandon Staley, I don't want to break the news to you or just let you know what the hell is going on, but TCU, they're not that. When it comes to top powerhouses, it's either going to be Georgia or Alabama. So I know that TCU is your bread and butter when it comes to picking players and shit like that, but you need to get out of the TCU bucket and jump in the Alabama bucket, jump in the Georgia bucket. Do something that Howie is showing you could do. Because, like I said, Philly went ahead and picked up the D tackle, went ahead and picked up a linebacker, and also went ahead and picked up the safety from Georgia. And you know what else what we did as well? We went ahead and traded for Swift. So we literally are carrying either Alabama or Georgia. You can do that. You want to know why? Because the Chargers are not good. And you had picks before us, and you could have did it. Or I would just say pick another university. Shit, go with Michigan, for God's sake. Michigan is usually at the top, or you can go with Ohio State. They have a good factory of receivers that you can use, because right now all you're running is a 6'8" wide receiver core, which top speed does get over about 5 miles per hour when it comes to it, which is pretty goddamn slow when it comes to it. But Brandon Staley, you need to figure it out, because this TCU pipeline that you're trying to pump to the Chargers is always going to have you as the second Kittle to the Los Angeles Rams, who I feel that, the Rams overall, getting into it, I didn't really touch on them. Their draft wasn't bad for not having so many picks. They addressed the needs that they had. They addressed it. They picked up a punter. They also picked up offensive linemen to necessarily protect Matt Stafford and things like that. So they did some good things in regards to picking up players and picking up pieces that they needed. But I would say the Chargers, not it at all. Just focus on you, love. Focus on you. Heartbreak Hotel. We got some teams going home. I'm very, very sad that, oh man, I'm so sad that my Sacramento Kings, I had so much faith in them beating the Warriors, but the beam has lost power. The city has shut down the beam due to running up electricity bill in the state in Sacramento. So the beam is no longer lit. It's a parade in my city. Yeah. Grizzlies, no parade. In fact, there's probably a party at Chuck E. Cheese just to celebrate the year that you had. Grizzlies are also out of there as well. Let's take a quick pivot. I want to necessarily say a Heartbreak Hotel for the Los Angeles Kings, not Sacramento, but for the NHL team, they are gone, which is great news for the Lakers because now they are the marquee team. There's nobody else in crypto that's going to mess up that schedule. So they're going to be necessarily partying hard as well. I also want to talk about the Bucks. The Bucks is now gone. Now, one thing I do want to highlight on is Giannis Antetokounmpo's statement about success and saying success, you can learn a lot of things when it comes to success. Giannis, you do have a point, but when it comes to sports, I don't give a damn about success. Giannis, former MVP, also a person that has won the NBA championship. This road to success bullshit, I don't want to hear it from you. If I am the number 1 seed and I lost to the 8th seed and I have been front running the whole year, this season is a failure. Period, point blank. I don't want to hear about, if you get a promotion, get it. If I don't get a goddamn promotion, I failed at that job and it's time for me to head Indeed to figure out what I need to find out, because clearly they're not valuing me here, or clearly this job ain't for me, right? But when it comes to you and the Bucks, that's complete failure. It's a lot of failure points. It's a failure on you because you wouldn't take Jimmy Buckets, who's in my next segment, gave you points on points on points. All right? So again, I got some more bills to pay, but when I come back, I'm going to talk about how Jimmy put buckets on the Bucks top. And then lastly, I'm going to get out of here with some technology that might be scary for the world. Again, it's your boy Leaveittobeav, and these are the breaks.
Profanity Nation. A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss. Raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool. Good.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Powered by Jesse Brown of Keller Williams.
United One Protection Services. With over 30 years of experience, United One Protection Services has more expertise and knowledge than the other security companies combined. Residential, commercial, municipal, or institutional, United One Protection Services does more than just security. We protect your livelihood. United One Protection Services.
I think I just found something very interesting, y'all. Welcome back to These Are the Breaks. This is your boy Leaveittobeav, and I found something so interesting. Let me just go ahead and pull this up for y'all. And when y'all hear these type of numbers, let me know if Giannis had a successful series against the Heat. Now, mind you, he was hurt, but this games he wasn't hurt. Jimmy Butler, 56 points on April 25th. Jimmy Butler, 42 points on April 26th. He dropped 50 and 40 points on the top of the Bucks. And Giannis, you're going to sit here and tell me that, it's steps to success? No, Giannis, you are an MVP. You have been to the mountaintop. This season, as a number 1 seed, even though you was hurt, is a failure. When it comes to sports, you need to have winners and losers. Now, to cope with the losing, you can definitely always find success, i.e. my Clippers, right? Necessarily we go in the first round, we lose. Hey, Didn't make much progress. We go in the second round. That's progress. We made it to the Western Conference Finals for the first time. That is progress, right? Anything less than us going past the Western Conference Finals, Giannis, is failure. For you being the number one seed, a team that has won a championship, not the current championship, that was the Warriors, but a team that has won a championship, I view you as a failure because you didn't even make it out the first round and you're the number one seed. You lost to a play-in team, for God's sake. So, Giannis, just swallow that pill. A failure, it's okay. Giannis, we all fail. But you could definitely go to sleep at night finding out the success part is that, you didn't have to stick Jimmy when he was dropping them buckets on your head. So that's the success in regards to what you're looking for. And breaking the bank, my guy, Jimmy Buckets, I kind of talked about it already. But Jimmy, Possumfield Buckets. That's all I keep saying. If it was raining right now, it'll be raining Jimmy Buckets, like Usher threw them fake money in the club, and that's a whole different segment. We'll talk about that later. But Jimmy, not only did Jimmy put a masterful class of work on the Bucks' head, he took it to the Garden, put the team on his back, and won a game for the Miami Heat. I just want to let everyone know that playoff Jimmy is real. He's the realest thing going on. Playoff Jimmy is real. Jimmy Buckets is the realest thing we got going. And if you don't believe it, just turn on the tape and watch. Bam Adebayo is not really playing good. I know he's riddled with injuries. Lowry, like the seasoning, is not doing good either. He's basically seasoning his food, right? We're going to talk about people weight, but he eating good. That's all I'm saying. He's eating good. But Jimmy is literally carrying his team to the promised land. And the Heat is only going to go how far Jimmy goes. As you've seen last night, the Knicks won the game, and then the Heat was doing good. But if Jimmy was there, I guarantee you it would be 2-0 Heat. And Jimmy, again, I tip my hat off to you in regards to what you did, and then keep doing you, Jimmy Buckets, because I'm proud of you. All right, the bubble wasn't fake. That was really him. He's a him. The next thing I want to get into is going to be the AI technology, and in regards to this AI technology, it's something that's good and it's something that's bad. I view it as something that could definitely hurt humanity, just for the simple fact that I'm not even talking about the record labels and all this other rigmarole stuff that's going on, but it could be something so small as to a kidnapper or a scammer using your voice while you're not there and literally telling your family, like, hey, come to the door, I'm outside, right? That's something that's very frightening when it comes to AI technology. Even the person that started the AI technology at Google has stepped down. On the rumor mill, they talked about AI technology to a point where it can actually read brain waves and tell people exactly what you're thinking. This AI technology was something fun at first, but you got to remember, I don't know about y'all. I don't know if you didn't see iRobot. I don't know if you didn't see The Terminator. I don't know if you didn't see all these goddamn movies that came out that let you know AI technology is going to fuck us up. But yet, here we keep going, playing with technology. And I know we want to progress. We want to get to the Jetsons and all the flying car and shit. But, let me even help you out a little bit. Back to the Future even showed us how fucked up AI technology is. Now with just Biff being a rich person and letting him run amok, I'll be back. He came back and told us multiple times how AI was going to whoop our ass. Will Smith had a dog and a bat and was going against robots. Non-stop robots. I don't know what more we can do, but I'm going to tell you right now, you call my phone with some AI technology bullshit, you'll get that voicemail that say, thank you for calling. Again, this is your boy Leaveittobeav, and this has been The Breaks. Hey, you can also follow me at Leaveittobeav31, and on Sundays, tune into We Don't Make the Rules podcast, 5:30 on Sunday. Catch us on YouTube Live for some more bullshit activity, all right? Again, this is Leave It to Beav, and these are the breaks. See y'all next week.